Donald Trump. We don't deserve him.
Thank you. Like an Energizer bunny in an orange wig, President Trump keeps on going. During a recent signing ceremony for his executive actions, Trump took time to acknowledge his supporters, a big change from the previous pres who couldn't recognize his supporters or even his own family members. I wonder, is he one of the most accurate kickers in NFL history? A young guy still?
One of the most accurate kickers in NFL history, a young guy still. He can kick it long. I think he's, I guess he's considered the best there is in the business, Harrison Butker. So, Harrison, where are you, Harrison? He's a handsome guy, by the way. It's usually not my thing, but he is a good-looking sucker.
Yeah. There's still time, you know. During that same White House event announcing the revival of the presidential fitness test, Trump once again put the media in their place.
You're weighing your decision to do that, your authority to do that, based on a 1977 law. It's never been invoked before. Why didn't you invoke this law?
Well, we've been winning all along.
I just want to ask you, why didn't you invoke this law in your first term? You could have taken in billions upon billions of dollars in your first term, but you waited until your second term.
Yeah, because in my first term, I was fighting lunatics like you who were trying to do things incorrectly and inappropriately to a president that was duly elected. And we did do certain tariffs in the first term.
See, only Trump can make the media flail like that. They bring up something that they hate. Then they demand to know why he didn't do it sooner. It's like complaining about a traffic jam that you actually caused. I mean, it's amazing Trump got anything done in the first term. They tried to destroy him before he set foot in the Oval Office, which is why in the second term he's getting done faster than anyone ever. So media and Dems, you only have yourself to blame for the last 6 months. You lit the fire under all of our asses, and now you whine, because you're the one getting torched. Ooh. Sherrod, so he had all these athletes. He had Harrison Butker. He had wrestling icon Triple H. They were at the White House to promote the MAHA movement and Trump's reinstatement of the presidential fitness test for school children, which was phased under Barack Hussein Obama. If that's his real name. You care about the health of children, don't you?
Of course I care about the health of children. They work for me.
Do obese children work harder than skinny children?
I think obese children gotta have better personalities and probably grow up to be well-rounded people, partner.
They generally are more jolly.
They are, they can be, if they deliver toys on the 25th of December. But there was a lot of white athletes up there, wasn't it?
Yes.
It's like watching old-time basketball with no dunking.
Yeah. So you're happy we're gonna get fit kids?
Yeah, well, I guess we got to start with the food, not the exercise, right?
I kind of agree.
Nutrition is more important than just running around. You got to start eating apples and whatever people eat to be healthy. I have no idea.
That's the great tagline for Maha. Eat apples, or whatever it is that makes you healthy. But he's got a good point. Like, it's the diet that's really a problem. But can you get kids back to exercise when they're basically spending their entire time in front of screens, Emily?
Well, you take those screens away from them. Don't you guys remember growing up doing those tests?
Yeah.
Like, remember the reach test with that wooden box? And I just remember,
Yes.
like, because it was such a big deal. And the funny thing is, like, half the people in this building, because I think a lot of us are type A, have like distinct memories of like, I didn't get the patch this year. Like, next year I'm gonna do it. And like that, like real competitive, which is the point. And I agree with you that it's a constellation required, a constellation approach, but that's what the president's doing. So that's why Secretary Kennedy is going after the processed food and the preservatives and the dyes. And then at the same time, we're doing the movement is medicine to get the kids moving again. So I think yes, through the national conversation, through this administration of all of the slices of the pie, we will get the kids off screen time, get good food into them, stop with the food deserts, and then have them run around.
I think we need more food deserts.
Not desserts.
No,
Deserts.
yeah. Well, you brought up pie, but you would give a good idea. For the stretch test, they should just use their iPads. They should be trying to get their iPads. You know? Joe, did you ever to pass any of these tests when you were in school?
No, I was a little fatso. I'm listening to Sherrod and Emily. The only thing that would have motivated me to reach or work would be like a donut on the end of like a fishing rod that got me moving. But it shows the difference in the administrations. That here you have talking about health and you have Trump surrounded by Triple H and Biden surrounded by Preparation H. But I like Trump as the master deal maker. He's always willing to cut a deal, because when he talked about how handsome the kicker was, he said, that's usually not my kind of thing.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
he left the door open.
Yes.
He might hit it. He might hit. He might hit.
Yeah, it depends, where you are at the time, If there's nothing else around, you think Stormy was his first choice?
That's a 3 a.m. decision.
That was a 3 a.m. decision.
3 a.m. decision.
That's
3
why.
a.m. decision.
That's why I cut him some slack on that one. Speaking of slacks,
That's right.
Todd,
National spokesperson for slacks.
You are the national
Right.
spokesperson for slacks. Pleaded. When I was a child, we had one fat kid in class. He was husky. It now seems like it's reversed, that the entire classroom is husky kids with one skinny kid. Am I right?
I mean, I haven't been in a classroom as much as apparently you have.
I do a lot of volunteer work.
Yes. You're all about the children. You always have been. But I think it is important that we are doing this, because national fitness goes into the three areas, I think, of our world. National defense, because you want your young people to be fit to fight a war. When you're middle-aged, you need to be fit at work, making money to support the economy. And when you're older, we don't want you needing so much health care for so many of your later ages, because that's a drain on the system. So you look at all that. This makes sense from an economic, military, and what was the other thing I said? Perspective.
Aging?
Dance off?
Dance off perspective.
You just created the fitness pyramid.
That's what I do. I create pyramids. One final point, though. I have to take umbrage with something that Trump did. And I know we're thinking the whole Butker thing is funny, but he's a kicker. There's no physical fitness involved in kicking in football. The offense has to work their ass off. The defense has to work their ass off. And you know what the kickers do, Greg?
What?
They go off to the side for 3 hours while the real players are practicing, and they sit in a corner and they play with their balls.
Don't indulge him. And I'm going to get the letters for that horrible joke. Just kidding.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.